Hello all, we're here to film I am here to film my March TBR. Also, I would like to address something. It seems like I am always wearing this dress when I film. I promise you it gets washed. That's all I can say about that. Anyways, so we are going to focus mainly on middle grade things. I do have a few things that I need to read this month. I'm doing a buddy read with my best friend. Oh, my daughter is playing right outside this door, and so it's gonna be interesting because I don't really want to show her face online. So, anyways, so my best friend and I are buddy reading Seeking Persephone by Sarah M. Eden. I'm really excited for this one. We wanted to read the series before watching the mini series that is coming out on Amazon Prime. And then the next book that I need to read is The Atonement Child by Francine Rivers for Oshina's book club. And I'm also reading The Night of Shadows by Marcus Bittner for Chantel's book club. Also, I would like to add that book club, Chantel's book club, is really out of my comfort zone, honestly. I'm not super into fantasy, especially if it's like high fantasy. And I did start The Night of Shadows already, and it's a little kind of the fantasy that I'm not like enjoying. So it's going to be interesting to see if I enjoy that one. It's okay so far. Like, I'm not really invested yet. So anyway, the next book that I have to read is The Amish Ballerina by Wanda E. Brunstetter. That is a pick for me choice from the Christian Fiction Devourers group for this month. That's a book that I picked off the list that they shared. That one sounds intriguing. I don't read a lot of Amish books because I don't feel like they represent the Amish community very well. But an Amish ballerina sounds kind of like a contradiction in a way. So I am curious about that one to see what it's going to be like. So we'll see if I can get any of these on my list. I also want to read the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis for Anne at a Search of Wonders Classics Challenge, because this March prompt is to be a religious classic. And I was trying to figure out if there were religious classics that I wanted to read. And I was like, oh yeah, C.S. Lewis writes that kind of stuff. And I really wanted to read this book. Anyway, so I'm going to insert the clip of me doing the Codenames and picking out the cards, and then I'll be back. Okay, all, we are back for round 2 of TBR Codenames. I'm going to lay all of them out. I've already asked ChatGPT what color we're going to go with, and it picked blue this time. So let me lay them all out, and I'll be back. All right, y'all, this is what I've laid out, and I've picked a map. So we're going to turn it around, see which way. Okay, let's lay out the blue. Technically, I meant lay out the red and the beige because blue was the color that was picked. So let me pull which ones we got here. All right, so it looks like we have Randall from Monsters, Inc., Judy Hopps from Zootopia, Reef from Finding Nemo, Flash from Zootopia, Cinderella's Pumpkin Carriage, Cinderella, and Nemo. Looks like I forgot one too. Tinkerbell. And that's it. Oh, and I forgot one book that I need to read this month. It's Max and the House of Spies by Adam Gidwitz. That is the buddy read for, like, the group read for middle grade March. So anyway, all right, so we're back, and so we got Tinkerbell. And the way that you play Codenames is that there is a thing on each side. This is the Disney code name. So when I pick a prompt, or when I pick a book, I'm going to go by both sides. Whatever one that I decide fits a book more. So the one that I picked for this one is the Amish Ballerina, because it looks like Tinkerbell is dancing here, and the cover of the Amish Ballerina also, you can see that the girl is dancing. So I'm going to make that fit for that. Next is Nemo. Nemo is a fish. So for that one, I'm going to pick the Penderwick. I'm in the middle of the Penderwick series, and this, I believe, is book 3, and it's the Penderwicks at Point Mulet by Jeanne Birdsall. And the reason I picked that for Nemo is because Nemo is a fish and he lives in the sea. So that's what I'm going to go with. And Point Mulet is a point in the ocean. So next is Cinderella. And you can see right here how sparkly her dress is. So I'm going to go with Treasures of the Snow. Give me a second. I'm going to go with Treasures of the Snow by Patricia St. John. You can see that there's snow right here, and this matches Cinderella's dress. So honestly, this is what I'm going to go with. I mean, I think it's a pretty good match. So this is what I'm choosing for that prompt. And then the next prompt is Pumpkin Carriage. And you can see that here. So I picked Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. I doubt very much I'm going to read this book this month, but it is on my 26 books to read in 2026. Because I did not realize that The Wizard of Oz was a series. I thought it was just one book. Apparently there's 14 books in the series. So I might try to get to the first book in the series, but I'm predicting that it's not going to happen. But anyways, the reason I picked that, because Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, the edition that I have, they are in it looks like an old style of car, a horseless carriage. So pumpkin carriage, that is what I'm making it fit for this time. So next book that I have, or the next prompt, sorry, is Flash from Zootopia, and it just says Flash on the back here. He's a sloth, but I'm going with the other meaning of flash, and I'm going to go with, like, when you heard a flash of light, and I picked Standing in the Light, The Captive Diary of Catherine Carey Logan. And this is a Dear America book. This is one of my favorite Dear America books that I have ever read. This is a copy of a book that I've had since I was a child. So it's due for a reread, and if I get to this month, I will be very happy. So yeah, and this is she gets captured by the Indians, and she's a Quaker girl, and yeah, for some reason, this book always drew me in, and I'm really excited to read it again. So the next prompt was reef. So we have this, you can see the reef. Now this one might be stretching it a little bit too, but that one I picked, sorry, all my books. This is not the greatest setup, so all my books are on the floor. Anyways, this one is another book on my 26 books in 2026. This is called Iron Thunder, The Battle Between the Monitor and the Merrimack, a Civil War novel. And this is by Avi. I'm guessing that's how you say his name. This is about a boy who witnesses a building of an iron ship. And so I am taking ships, they go on the sea, and there's a reef in the sea. Don't come for me. I'm stretching it, I know. Anyways, so the next prompt is Judy Hopps. And Judy Hopps is a bunny. She is a police officer in Zootopia. And so I picked, this is another book that I've had on my TBR before for a long time. And I picked this one because on the back of here it says that this boy is, it sounds to me like he's in witness protection. And it also says the police don't know who he is or who his family is. So Judy Hopps is a police officer. So I'm going with that. I think that works nicely. And she also searches for someone in Zootopia. So anyway, so we're going to go with that. The last prompt is Randall. And Randall is from Monsters, Inc. He is able to become invisible. So I am putting Max in the House of Spies by Adam Gidwitz on this for this prompt because spies are supposed to be able to do things without people knowing about it. So kind of invisibility in a way. So that might be stretching it too, but I think it works. So anyway, that's what we're going to go with. Now I have a whole other stack right here of middle grade books that I had on my shelf. I didn't realize I actually had so many. Anyway, so these are all ones that I've hoped to read or hope to read in the future or have read before. Actually, yeah, there's a couple on here, just one that I have read before, but the rest of these I want to read at some point. So this one is called 9 Days a Queen, The Short Life and Reign of Lady Jane Grey, and that's by Anne Rinaldi. So this is just a pile of possibilities so I kind of have a little bit of room to mood read if I want. So I have that one. Then I have Lily's Crossing. And this has something to do with World War II. So I don't know too much about this. I really don't like reading synopses on the backs of books. So I'm not going to. Anyway, it just has something to do with World War II. This one is called All of a Kind Family by Sydney Taylor, and it just looks really cute and charming, and it's just about a family living their life, and I love stories like that, so I'm excited for this one too. This next book, I have read this one previously, but I don't think I ever got past the first book, and that's The Bad Beginning, A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. And I really want to read this whole series. I've always thought the movie was intriguing. It's kind of like depressing a little, pretty much a lot. Anyway, so I really want to read this whole series. So this might be something I get to this month as well. This book I have had on my shelf for forever and ever and ever. I think my brother read it in school and I told him not to get rid of it because I wanted to read it. Well, I am almost 30 and here we are. So, yeah, The Indian in the Cupboard by Lynn Reed Banks. I really want to read this book. And if I don't like it, I can always get rid of it, you know? I keep getting up to make sure that my daughter is okay. I can hear her out here, but we live really close to the road, so I'm just making sure that she is doing okay. Anyways, I have 2 more books to talk to you about. This one is called Can You Count the Many Children? And this is by Sarah Viola Miller. I don't necessarily think this is a middle grade book, but it is about a missionary, and it's about children. So I don't remember where I got this from. It has my name in it though. So yeah, somebody must have gave it to me. I bet my grandma did at some point. Anyway, so I don't remember ever reading this though. So yeah, and I can't ask her anymore if she did give it to me because she passed away. So anyway, so we will see. It's about a missionary lady who goes to Paraguay. So yeah, it sounds interesting. Yeah. Last book. I've heard a lot of people in the book community talk about this book, and I've had this book. I think I found it. Oh yeah, I found it in a little free library. The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street. This is giving off the Penderwicks vibes, and I love the Penderwicks. So I would really like to read this book. And anyway, so If you have any suggestions on how to make my TBR code names better, I would love for you to drop them in the comments. Drop an emoji in the comments to let me know that you made it all the way to the end. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.